Hi, it's July 1st. Just wanted to give you a update on the big leaf macrophylla hydrangeas and the smooth hydrangeas today. I will do a separate tour with the panicles. I do have quick fires in bloom right now, July 1st, which is super exciting. But the other ones are farther behind, so I will do them all in one video. So we're gonna start here. This is what I'll soon be calling the heart-shaped bed once I reconfigure the shape. This is a summer crush by Endless Summer. There's no buds on it yet. I think this might be the only one that doesn't have flowers on it yet. So it's a good size. I think I planted this 2 years ago. Got it. And one thing to preface is every single hydrangea I have that's a big leaf was bought on clearance, so half off or more. This one was $5. I bought a couple years ago at the Blue store. So I will give names and prices if time permitting. Don't want to be a super long, super unnecessary information, but this is a bloomstruck. This one had, I think, one flower in like October, and that was it. So this one has quite a few this year, but look at this. So I do have pretty high acidic soil. So this one, look at this. This is like a lightish blue, and then this is almost like a deeper purple. Beautiful. This one's just opening up. It's like a little bicolor blue and green. This is another summer crush. So this one I bought last year, half price, I believe at Walmart. I think I paid $15 for it. It was big when I put it in. It was quite large, and it's pretty much the size it was at the end of last year. So great regrowth on this. This is a little bicolor, so these do again range more of a deeper purple. This is a pop star, and pop star is supposed to be a good rebloomer. This one had died pretty much back to the ground this year. It's a new plant, so I mean, that makes sense. Last year, I had a lot of newly planted hydrangeas and they'd pretty much just toast. But this has bushed out quite a bit and is looking pretty good for now. So I'm hopeful to get some later blooms on that. That one was $15 at Walmart on clearance. This is the beautiful Let's Dance Can Do. This is a lace cap that is absolutely covered. I mean, it feels like every stem has a bloom on it. It's more of, this one doesn't get like a true blue, I don't think. It stays more like a purple or a pink, I believe. I'll have to look into that. But as you can see, it is just a beautiful open lace cap bloom that kind of breaks up a lot of the mop head blooms over in this area. So here, I know this isn't a hydrangea, but these annuals have kind of suffered this year. They have not been performing, sorry for my shadow, have not been performing. So I'm thinking of maybe getting another hydrangea and then just having the hydrangeas and the ajuga in this bed, because the annuals, haven't really performed the last 2 years. So I know this year is really a rabbit. Like, they just been annihilating my stuff. So I'm thinking maybe doing heuchera, ajuga, and hydrangeas just to make it easier, make it perennial, and keeping annuals in pots. They've been doing a lot better in pots this year. Up next, we have the Cherry Explosion. I bought this on clearance at Lowe's, half price. It looks pretty rough. I did plant it this year, but it does have multiple buds coming in, and didn't have any buds on it when I purchased it, so that's a good sign. It did have a couple open blooms. It is getting a little scorched. This only gets, sorry, I can't see it. This only gets sun until about 10-11 o'clock, and then it's in the shade for most of the day, so it gets about 4 to 6 hours of sun, but I feel like by afternoon, like early afternoon, it's in the shade. So I'm going to give it another year, and I feel like it's going to do really well in this spot long term. I did have the cathedral bells here and I moved it, and I should have waited 2 weeks, but it is what it is. So I'll show you the cathedral bells and show you how that's doing. I know it's not a hydrangea, but I'll give you an update on that. So there's that. I think that's the only mop pad I have in this bed there. Just a quick update. I did have a lemony lace that died, so I pulled it, and I didn't want the chartreuse green, so this is the smoke bush I got at Home Depot. That was half price. I recently planted that a couple days ago. I think I like it in the spot. It should get about as tall as the fence, and I put it here when I wanted a chartreuse and I wanted something taller. But these irises, I do end up thinning almost every year. I thin these. They're beautiful, but you know, I would like to give more space to this. I don't want this to get the full 4 feet wide. Maybe like a 3x6, something really more columnar to go up the spot. So we'll see. If you haven't, please like and subscribe, and I can show you how things progress throughout the season and seasons to come. Here we have the cathedral bells. Like I said, it went through some transplant shock. The leaves looking pretty burnt. I went from, you know, like I said, like a part shade, like 5 hours of sun to full day sun. So I think it's just acclimating. I am completely hopeful for this. I think there is some new growth coming in right here. So we'll give it the rest of the season. Hopefully have some fall blooms on that. Just a quick peek as we go to the rest of the hydrangea garden. The veggies are doing amazing this year. I am so impressed. I've already gotten about 10 zucchini out of here, maybe more. I have more I could cut tonight. And tomatoes are amazing. Like, they're at the size they were in August of last year. So thankful for that. I did buy plants this year. I didn't do anything from seed. I did one from like a small 1-inch, and it actually caught up quite well. There's tons of weeds in here though. It is tragic, but it's so densely planted. Things are doing so well. They're getting a lot bigger than I anticipated, which isn't a bad thing. I hope that doesn't sound like I'm complaining, because I'm not. But everything's doing well. The only one, this is a Cherokee Purple that the raccoons dug up quite a few times. So it is growing. It's just now the zucchini are shading it in a place where it's really fighting for light. So once zucchini for us usually are done around the end of July. So I might get a late crop out of the Cherokee Purple tomato. We'll see. If not, it's not a big deal. It is what it is. I'm giving it at least a fighting chance. Green beans are coming in. They're finally flowering. So that should be good in a few weeks. More tomatoes. These are yellow squash. They had no flowers on them yesterday. They have flowers open today, so that's exciting. These are some volunteer potatoes, okay, and some cantaloupe, which really hasn't done much, but again, they're fighting so bad with the weeds. So whatever. If I get those were from a 25-cent pack of seeds, so if I don't get anything, it's really not a big loss. Continuing on, you can see there's a quick fire that's in bloom. So we've had quite a bit of rain, so I'm not surprised that these are kind of flopping over, but this is the Blue Enchantress. It has purple stems, which is absolutely gorgeous. So I'll probably come out and cut some of these blooms since they're flopping over. And, you know, I don't get to see them as much. Like, I can't see them all day because they're over on the side of the house. So I am going to cut some blooms and enjoy them inside, because I don't know if we're always going to have this many flowers. So I do want to take advantage of the time that we have with all these beautiful blooms. This one is another Monrovia. Seaside Serenade. I always check the thing. I believe it's Newport. I want to say it's Newport. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Might be Outer Banks. One of those two. But beautiful. This is another lace cap. Doing quite well. This is an All Summer Beauty. This one I did plant last year. I'm sorry. So that I got half price. That I also got half price. Both from the Blue Store. This has one massive bloom. Beautiful. This is more of like a lilac color. Is there any more buds coming in? I don't know, but that one big beautiful bloom, and it's grown quite well. I think this was a 1 gallon last year, so super happy with that. This is Penny Mac. She has a ton of blooms, again, all flopped over, but huge blooms. That is the bud in the green form, absolutely stunning. And this does, again, have quite a few blooms, but they're kind of toppled over, which is okay. Doing well. Summer Fresh, doing beautifully. So these were all planted the same day, all bought half price on clearance, and they kind of get smaller and smaller. Probably a light condition thing, could just be luck of the draw, don't know. Either way, this is interesting. So these are coming in purple, which they typically do, and then this one's coming in pink, so that's pretty fun. They literally get all the same fertilizer, same rain, pretty much the same light. This one probably gets a little bit more filtered sun than these do. These kind of are more shade all day. So here is the, I always forget it, Incredible. Bought this last year. It is in full shade all day, maybe gets a couple hours of filtered sun, sorry. Absolutely amazing. I mean, it's been getting just as much rain as everything else, and the stems are upright. I am highly impressed. The fact that this doesn't get full sun, that it has this many blooms, and it hasn't toppled over. I mean, as you can see, I'll give you a little close-up. They're very thin. The stems are very thin, and they're still upright. I am blown away. So I'm hoping this does fill out. I hope it continues to do well. If not, I can move it somewhere else. I could probably move it over to this bed, where I kind of just put things that I want. Don't know. This is gonna be a very random spot over there, but it'll come together. I'm in no rush to fill it. I've been focusing on this. So here we have, this is Twist and Show. Bought this on clearance at Lowe's. This was 75% off. Beautiful bright blue, like almost like electric blue flower lace cap. And then this has a few more weighted down flowers, but this is the Invincible Wee White. I'll back up so you can see a little bit better. Invincible Wee White, as you see, it's kind of leaning from all the rain, which is fine. It's okay. This might be its full size. They do say it's pretty small, but I do love it in the spot. I'd love to get more. Let me put one here. But yeah, I think everything over here is doing quite well. Avoid stomping on flowers and kind of showing you over here. So over here, this is an All Summer Beauty. This I bought 2 years ago on clearance, I believe it was 2 years ago. And she's doing amazing. She's huge compared to when I first purchased it. Again, soft blue flowers. This reminds me a lot of the Endless Summer original. I don't have any in my garden, but it does have the same flowers from what I've seen at the store. Again, I have no experience with it, but the light blue flowers blooming on both old and new wood. So this looks great. And this also is an All Summer Beauty. Looking beautiful. This one has a little bit more saturation to its blooms, but gorgeous. Last year, I think in this whole section, granted there were younger plants, I think there was maybe 5 to no more than 8 flowers between all 3 hydrangeas, and they are just doing so great this year. I'm so thrilled that we had we didn't have a super intense winter and no late freezes, so I love it. I do think that this right here needs another wee white, so that way it's like the blue in the back and then the white kind of around. So I'm gonna keep my eyes open for that. All right, so here we have a bloom struck again, tons of buds, tons of blooms open. I love how it has a multi-tone on the same flower. Like, let me show you a good one. This one's probably the best. This one is little, but it has like a purple to a blue to just opening with that like yellowy chartreuse. Stunning. I had no flowers on this. I moved it quite a few times, so again, I'm going to take that as gardener error, but she's doing great. I am going to be moving these spirea. They are just loving the spot a little too much. They're like a lot bigger than I kind of want. I don't mind this azalea getting bigger, maybe like coming up to where the bottom of those hanging baskets are, and then, but it's just too much grain here, so I think I need to reconfigure this. Might need to do like some strappy texture here. I might need some daylilies, or shorter grasses, but that's for another day. Keep my eyes open on the plan for that. That's Limelight. That once it's in bloom I will show you, but she's huge, living her best. This is another bloomstruck, and these are in pots, and they're pink, so that's fun. 2 blooms on that. This is the one that I divided. So this one, the one in the pot I'm about to show you, and the one I just showed you, those all came in one pot, I think. I want to say. And I divided it. I want to say those 3 were together. That one was big. Yes, because that one's the one I moved like 3 times. So that one was quite large, and then the other 2 that the one I'm going to show you next, and I'll come back to the ruby. This one was another piece of that. So they've been in pots for the past year, doing quite well. I mean, they can stay in here as long as, I mean, they are getting a little on the stress side. You can see with the leaves. They could probably use a little bit more nutrients, but pink in the pots. Same fertilizer. I've been giving these actually coffee grinds, still pink. Don't care, it's gorgeous. This is, there's buds, but no blooms yet. This is quick, little lime punch. So I'll show that in a few weeks. Here we have the Invincible Ruby. This one I also have moved multiple times, but I feel like I finally found the right spot. This gets sun until, I want to say maybe 3 in the afternoon. So from sun up to about 3, and she's doing great. The thing is, I'll show you. So it has the overhang right above it. So I do have to give it supplemental water because it gets no rainwater. Neither does this holly that I planted the same year as that. As you can see, the height difference is crazy. But overall, it's still doing well. It's still alive. It's still growing, but just very slow. So I have been giving these supplemental water almost every day. So I'll keep you posted on that. All right. It's so hard for me to focus on one plant. But over here, I'm going to avoid focusing on weeds. So here we have absolutely covered. Again, this gets mostly filtered light. It has it's in between 2 trees, mostly filtered light, and this is the Blushing Bride. It has white blooms, but it does tinge to a little bit of a blue. Gorgeous. So all of this in this bed, it has greens and whites and purples. Mostly foliage except for the hydrangeas in this bed. So these are little hotties. Those bloom for me late, but they have buds on them now. So I think this will be their 2nd year in the ground. So I think that they might start blooming a little earlier now that they're more established. But this is a Blushing Bride, absolutely covered in blooms. I bought this. Oh, I'm sorry. Give you an update. So this I bought $10 in like a 1 gallon last year at Smithlands, which is a local nursery here. And then the 3 bloomstrucks that I divided, those were half price. I want to say 2 years ago. So I bought them from half price and I got 3 out of them. So that was great. The ruby I bought half price as well. So there's that. And then I think she's the last one. 1 bloom on Dave Ramsey. It's like a light bluish yellow, new growth. I think this is the only bud, but this, as I mentioned in a previous video, is the least cold hardy hydrangea I have. So the fact that it has any blooms on it at all is really awesome. So I'm excited for this, to see where it goes. In this bed, yeah, lots of Hydrangea. I was kind of giving up on annuals. Again, the bunnies and all the other critters have been kind of eating them a lot. So a lot of my shade beds, I'm just kind of focusing on foliage and maybe like some hydrangea blooms, and less on annual color. Kind of keep it a more neutral palette. So I believe that is it for the smooth and macrophylla hydrangeas. I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of this. I hope you try hydrangea. They're just the most beautiful plant in my opinion. And I hope you have a great day wherever you are. Thanks for watching. Bye.